but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels normal, just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
All right, everybody, and welcome into the Elite Entertainment ARCA series. My name is James Rollins, and I'm excited to bring you some of the best racing on the platform here right now, as we've got some folks qualifying for the race, lone qualifying session right now here at the Charlotte Roval. That is the road course variant of Charlotte. We're going to be here for 40 laps. I will leave the road course. One of the very first Rovals out there on the NASCAR session in the NASCAR season. And here we are, 75-degree temperature here in Charlotte, North Carolina, just north of the NASCAR Hall of Fame. It is going to be a blast. Well, I appreciate everybody here for showing up and watching, whether you're watching live or in replay. I do appreciate you. Always welcome here. Well, Matt Larch has just taken over as the leader so far. Look at the best time there, 1:23.46. We're looking at now Jeremy Horn as Justin Anasagic. I'm sure I'm going to murder that name all week or all day long. I do apologize for that. But we are going to have a blast. Let me know in the chat who you're trying to follow. I will try and do the same. I'll reach out to those people a little bit more. Have Brandon Bass taking his out lap right now. I show you a little bit of what we got going on here at the Roval. Walk you guys through what these drivers are going to be tackling here today, because they are tackling something very hard, and that is the Charlotte Rovals. We just saw the 27 take it a little bit out of whack. Ed Morris just put down the fastest lap of the race. He is now your race lead. We'll check back in with him in a moment. One moment, guys. I'll refresh for you. As Ed Morris in the backup car. This is not the car he's going to be using throughout the race. Just the qualifying car as they get the wheel thing off of the trailer there. So Ed Moore's now on the top of the leaderboard. Everybody else trying to get something started. Brandon Bass still sideways. He's a Nat 27 machine working his way around his first lap here at the Charlotte Roval. Think that chicane there. Stretch. So here we'll have an opportunity to talk to you about kind of what we got going on here. Hard turn number one, going to come into kind of a sweeping wall-to-wall action. Turns number 2 and 3 right next to each other. You're going to have to swing out wide, cut back in here, and then you're going to get set up for another right-hander taking you into the Charlotte Motor Speedway infield. And then immediately you're going to take another right, then take a sweeping left. You're going to have to set yourself up for a very dynamic turn. Hard left on to the oval portion of the race, and you are off to the races. Fast as you can go, high speed action here. Getting into what we call the bus stop, you're going to have to slow down, adjust your speed as you hit those turtles. Coming out a little bit up, able to open it up a little bit on exit, and you're into turns number 3 and 4 on the oval portion. Following that, you got one more stop to make. This is the chicane, the final chicane. Come through hard right over those, and then hard left to the finish line. Especially in these ARCA cars, you're going to be very careful about that whole ordeal. You're going to get everybody all ready to rock. Looks like everybody that is going to qualify is going to qualify. We've got about 40 seconds. Going to give you some time. We'll be right back. All right, we are back as the pace lap is over. It's going to be a very short pace lap here. Everybody going to take a quick, actually it looks like they're going to do the full lap, kind of walking the track a little bit. Got all the regular cars out here. Let's just take a look at, actually, let me go ahead and talk to somebody. Everything's good, so. Because they are going to go on green, we were finding out. So be careful on the last chicane. Overall, it's going to be a fantastic race. Ed Morris, Justin Anastock. Take a look at these cars. Number 7 of Ed Morris. Had a fantastic week last week. Justin Anastock in second. Michael Larch there in third. Alexander Brown in fourth. Wesley Jeanette going to be in fifth. Jeremy Horn there in sixth. Dean Gagliano in the seventh. Brandon Bass in eighth up there. Ed Morris Sr. going to be in ninth position on the bottom. Corey Dar, top of row number 5. Greg Carr is in 11th, and Bobby Doyen going to be starting from the infield. Unfortunately, with that machine, they're going to come through the bus stop, kind of getting everything ready. Ed Morris has the button. Going to be on him whenever that green flag flies. He's going to hit that thing as hard as he can. Get rocking. Take a look. Last week we saw Ed Morris take away the race win of race number 5. He is currently first in points with 49, but Justin is not too far off. So they're going to go through the chicane here, coming into the checkered line there, signifying the start finish. And the green flag is gonna fly as they get ready. There goes the green flag. We are off to the races here at the Charlotte Roval. Heading into the hard turn number 1. The outside gonna have the advantage, able to turn a little deeper into that hard left-hander. Heading into those series of rights, Justin is leading us around with Ed Morris there in second. Michael Larch has his hands full with the 69 of Alexander Brown, with Wesley Jeanette not too far back. So far, we're going to see what's going to happen with all this. A little bit farther back, Dean Gagliano, Brandon Bass, and Ed Morris Sr. going to be hanging around. Justin faster in every sector so far, and it's going to be a lot of battles here in the beginning as Alexander Brown works to the bottom of that number 2 Michael Larch machine. What's going to happen, what you'll see kind of as this race goes on, is everybody's going to spread out. No cautions on road courses. They're what's called local cautions, which they tell drivers to slow down and be careful, and then go from there. Alexander Brown, Michael Larch are battling. Wesley Jeanette, Jeremy Horn battling 5th and 6th place. Up front, Ed Morris has not let Justin go. He is keeping close to that number 88 machine, but we did hear the 88 say last week that he was really looking forward to the Roval. He said, I'm kind of a road course ringer, and he is here to prove that coming into the Elite Entertainment Roval. I'd like to thank our sponsors over at Elite Entertainment. There's, an issue with Brandon Bass. Let's see what we can see. Like that's going to be just this transition from the rights to the lefts, very unsettling for these ARCA cars. Luckily, 0.7, don't think he ditched it too hard. That's going to be okay for him. He'll be out on his own. Wesley Jeanette still working on that number 2 machine, unable to get by. Going to dive down to the bottom, trying to outbrake here into the bus stop. Not close enough to do it, though. You got to be very careful hitting those turtles. As the 74 hard off the gas, so with the advantage, Wesley Jeanette going to pass and take 4th place. Michael Larch there in the 2 machine, now under fire by the 81. We're still keeping an eye on the battle up front. Ed Morris trying to get up to the 88 to make a move. for what comes into play here with these drivers is, again, consistency. And now it's going to come down to whether you can save your tires better than the next guy, because that is a huge part of any racing, but especially here at the Roval. If you can save your tires, you have a little bit more going into it than the next guy. Definitely going to have the advantage. So that's the closest on the closest battle on the track. Is this battle for the lead? Bear with me. I think what I need to do. We'll battle for 10th here. Corey Dar and Bobby Doyen, they're going to figure that out. Let's see what happens there. Take a look off the back here of Justin from Kenai, Alaska. Still holding off. In fact, just put down the fastest lap of the session, 122.37. We got a lot of races to cover this week, folks, especially today. Hopefully you're having a good Thanksgiving. You have a good Thanksgiving and a good break. Running around, trying to get the best turkey. Hope you find what you're looking for. Well, we've got a Turkey Day surprise for you here on Sim Racing Media. We're going to have the Svisken iRacing Laken, which is the Swedish iRacing League, at 2 p.m. Eastern. They're going to be here for you on Sim Racing Media and only on Sim Racing Media. It's that live action here at 2 p.m. Same place you're watching this. Take a rundown of where everybody's at right now. Justin Anisagoyak in the 88. Hopefully that's getting closer. If it's not in the chat, let me know. Ed Morris there in second. Wesley Jeanette currently running third. Michael Larch there in fourth. Jeremy Horn running fifth from Niles, Michigan. Gene Gagliano. Oh, Justin Anisak went around. Take a look. What was going on there? What happened with Justin is it looks like he was driving just fine, had the gap and overcooked it. He may have skipped through. We're going to check something real quick here. This battle on the track is done. I want to see, because that looked like a stop and go penalty, but I'm not sure. As we go a little bit farther back here, Justin does everything he's supposed to here in this turn. Does not cut the course. I'm just not sure what happened there. Maybe overcooks the tires? Let's get a closer look at what goes on during this entry. You can see here a hard entry. Oh, yep, there he goes. He locks him up. That's what happened. Locked him up, tried to brake during the turn, and then had to get going again. So folks, what happens in the tire model, and this is real tires or not, just in case you didn't know, tires like to do one thing at a time. They do not like to turn and stop at the same time. They meet that threshold. And if your tires are trying to turn while they stop, well, they're going to try and stop first. And once you lock up, you cannot get any of that forward progress momentum you need to turn your car. So it's just going to plow forward. That's what that's called, to plow. And Justin loses the lead by about 3.5 seconds on Ed Morris. Now Ed Morris has his job cut out for him. He's just got to stay clean. Stay clean, and it's going to take Justin a lot of laps to catch up with you, even if he's running consistently. Everyone else is fine. Everybody else is pretty far back. If you look at the... Let's take a look at our tower here. Everybody more or less tapped out from our leader. I think where we were was Dean Gagliano in 6th as we were running through the field. Red car in 7th. Ed Morris Sr. currently running 8th. Bobby Doyen 9th. Corey Dar in 10th. And Brandon Bass there in 11th. Alexander Brown had his work cut out for him. He just decided to bounce. So Ed Morris, your leader, right here now at the Charlotte Roval with 8 of 40 laps down. Take a look at that Roval exit. And of course your NASCAR 1 and 2 as Ed's about to come around and show you. Our back chicane. And that bus stop exit there. See just how far back Justin and Agosa and a Sogak. I'm so sorry. Just how far back he is there. He's kind of keeping it a little bit closer within about 3.8 seconds. Just a little bit more squirrely on exit here at the Roval. Stick around, look what everybody's got going on, where everybody is so stretched out. The closest battle other than this one is going to be Wesley Jeanette and Michael Larch. Oh, as Ed Morris goes off track there. That's going to bring Anna Sogak a little bit closer. 2.5 seconds now. Let's see what happened with oh, that was the first incident. Let's see what happened with Ed Morris. One of these days I'll find it, folks. So just had to cook wide around the lap car, it looks like. Takes him off track. Justin gets by a little bit easier. And then now here we are. Justin gets a little bit closer, able to at least see the rear end of Ed Morris now. Just rough on those tires hitting the turtles. Got to be very careful. That it is faster around. These ARCA cars are not built for that kind of damage, especially with the new tire model. Head into turn number 4. What's going on? Folks, if you're watching this, you are watching it because of the generosity of some of the folks here sponsoring the ARCA Extreme Racing Series. None other than our main sponsor, Elite Entertainment. Secondary sponsor is going to be Agent Racing, building the setups for these ARCA cars. And I'm telling you what, these ARCA cars are looking pretty tight to the racing surface, so a good kind of tight. Not seeing many folks getting loose. A very drivable setup. So if you've got a league race coming up for an ARCA series and you need a good group to build you a nice stable setup, check out the guys over at Agent Racing, as well as the graphic designer for this series. They use something called Extreme Paint. So if you're a league owner and you want to be able to control a little bit more of the paints that go on your vehicle and how that is applied, you don't have to use trading paints. You can use another program called Extreme Paint. And then Extreme Scoring. Extreme Motorsports as well can get you there. They can help you out. You're not stuck. Not stuck there with just one scoring system, one timing system. You can definitely use and help out our folks over at Extreme and check out their stuff. Their paint updater is absolutely fantastic. It's everybody on the same page. That's why we like it. Taking a look at the 81 of Jeremy Horn. Justin working around the lap. Car has fallen back a little bit. So as the number 7 works around, we're going to go ahead and go to a turn it up segment. Be sure and stick around and turn it up as we watch these cars go around the track here at the Roval Speedway. are back here at the Elite Entertainment ARCA Series at the Charlotte Roval. Ed Morris leads. Got about a 3-second gap back on Justin Anasogak. Apologize, Justin. Wesley Jeanette is currently in third position. Michael Larch sitting in fourth. Jeremy Horn there in fifth. Gagliano, in sixth. Greg Carr in seventh. Ed Morris Sr. in eighth. Brendan Bass in ninth. Corey Darr in 10th. Bobby Doyen in 11th. Alexander Brown got out of this thing on lap 3 starting park. So Ed Morris has been absolutely dominant over the field ever since on lap number 5 when Justin ended up hitting the brakes a little bit too hard and locking up the tires on that 88 machine. There goes Ed Morris. Justin having to downshift to get that thing back going again. That was at lap number 7. Other than that, it's been smooth sailing. Little to no passes. On lap 14, just a little bit ago, Brandon Bass passed Ed Morris Sr. Let's take a look at that pass. Brandon had his own issues to start this thing off. There's Senior there at the bottom. But so far, so good. Everybody just seeming to kind of level it out. And again, we appreciate you on Sim Racing Media. We got a lot of shows tonight here, starting at exactly the same time. We're glad you chose this one. Let me know who you're here to watch. I will definitely give a little bit of a shout out as we go. Brandon Bass dealing with a little bit of having to start and stop and go. So what happened there was Brandon Bass has been a very good job keeping this thing under control so far. Probably missed his braking zone. Did the same thing that Justin did there where he locked him up and just went straight. Now if you skip through this, what's called the bus stop, you have to do a stop and go penalty. So that's what the 27 was doing, was stopping there and getting that thing back going again. It's just a rule to keep these guys from blowing through that thing when nobody's watching. Currently got the tree that is behind him. Michael Larch in the 2 machine. A little bit of a battle on the field, the 67 and the 18. Gagliano is the lead lap car, battling the laps down Bobby Doyen. One of the things about racing, folks, you do not have to give up anything that you don't want to. It seems to be the case for him here. Battling it out. On board with Dean Gagliano. Gonna hit the inside. There may be a little bit of contact there. We are flying around. Let me know in the chat again, guys. Talk to me here. Make sure you hit that like button if you're watching. See, we got a couple folks in. Love to talk to you, see who you're here to root for. Always nice to talk to those people. You're an Ed Morris fan, you're going to be pretty happy. He is leading. He's led about the last 13 laps since he took control on lap number 5. Took that from the 88 of Justin Anaselgak. Got about a 5-second gap. He is on fire. Let's go in the cockpit, kind of see what he's seeing and how he's able to do this so easily. Just the keys being smooth, working that wheel. Look at him seesawing through the roval. I worked on the lap car of the 18. Too easy, he's gonna let him by. Justin, that's what Justin needs. Justin and the 88 needs one of these lap cars to get in there and hold him up. Otherwise, he's just going to be stuck. Not being able to make up any moves on number 7. Very important for these drivers to keep things good. If you're interested in seeing some of the other stuff that's going on over at the Extreme Motorsports Racing, go to xmsracing.com. See a lot of what they've got going on over there, as well as their series schedules. They've got a bunch of things. You have Oval if you're looking for Oval too. Rhythmotech High Performance Sim Racing Equipment World Challenge, podcasted by our friends over there at Apex Racing, going on Monday nights. Looking for some road action on a Monday, you can hit them up. You're just out turning laps. Ed Morris, this is part of racing, folks. He's got to be consistent. As easy as he's making it look, the pressure is still there. If he has an issue and he goes around somewhere or is unable to defend a short pit situation, Ed Morris could be seeing something. So the short pit's already started. The 81 of Jeremy Horn has come in. They're at the halfway mark. If you're going to have to take fuel and you're Justin Anasak, you might as well come in. There we go. Almost as if I know what I'm talking about. He's going to come in and get a couple extra points, or a couple extra seconds on the good years. Hopefully Ed Morris. The thing is, it's very easy to defend the short pit when you have 1 minute and 22 seconds to think about it as you're plugging away at the Charlotte Roval here. Has the crew chief's in your ear telling you everything that's going on. Michael Large coming down pit road as well. That's going to put Wesley Jeanette in second. See if Ed's going to decide to come down pit road. Got a 4-second lead. You can think about it for another lap or two. You're comfortable with how things have been for you. That's what's going on in Ed's head right now. No stage breaks, no cautions to think of. Oh, wow, Ed Morris came in hot. Let's take a look at what speed he came in at. Of course my dashboard's not going to work right now. He came in hot. I don't know if he made that or not. I guess we'll see. Unsafe pit entry. If we get it. I believe is going to be a hold. So if it pit takes more than 15 seconds, we know something happened. And it did. Wesley Jeanette also going to come in. So Justin, this lap, he has had to have been going as fast as he possibly can on the tires. He's gonna get not close enough to Ed Morris, as Ed Morris is already pretty much ahead of him there. 12-second gap on him. Ed is still on old tires. That's also something to think, or on cold tires, I'm sorry. So now everything changes. You've got to come out there and run as fast as you can while still keeping those cold tires beneath you, because these tires that they put on, NASCAR doesn't allow them to heat them up or do anything crazy like you see in F1 where they have all the tires, tire warmers on the tires and everything going on. So this is really going to be the test, is how quick he can slow down and get through these bus stops. But it looks like after all that, Justin Anasock actually fell back to 12 seconds on the gap. Battle for position brewing here. Ed Morris Sr. is getting caught by Brandon Bass. This pass has happened a couple times before. See if he's going to be able to make it up there. This is Ed Morris Sr., the 5 machine. As he overcooks them, and there's our leaders. Or the 74, I'm sorry, Wesley Jeanette. Now in this battle. He better watch out. He does not want to get held up here because Michael Larch is right behind him trying to fight for a podium. As Ed Morris comes down pit road, so that's not going to be an issue here. Dustin just put down the fastest lap of the race, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He's just too far back from Ed Morris right now. Because again, if you want to see somebody, or tell me why you're here. If you're not looking to see somebody, if you just rolled in off the street, we are live. It is 8:37 p.m. here on the Central Time Zone. We are watching a live race. These guys are out there racing their hearts out on the Roval. Key is going to be consistency. That's what these guys are looking for. Ed Morris does not have this thing won. It is very easy to lose control of your car here. Now with lap traffic, you got to be very careful and very selective. He's got 13 seconds back to Justin Anasock in second. So he doesn't have to drive these lap cars very hard. And you definitely want to stay away from them. Because I know myself, if I'm on the Roval, I'm just out here trying to survive. And especially when the leader's behind you, it is very possible that you're going to make a mistake, take them out on accident, feel terrible about it. But that is not going to happen for Ed Morris right now. 17 laps left to go. More than halfway. Justin Anasock in third. Ed Morris leading. Wesley Jeanette has a podium right now. Michael Larch got held up a little bit longer than he did on the lap car. He's in fourth. Jeremy Horn in fifth. Dean Gagliano in sixth. Brandon Bass in the seventh. Bobby Doyen recovering very well. Did not make the grid. Issues technical issues stopped him from making the grid, but he is absolutely on a tear. Up 4 positions so far from where he started. Edmore Sr. coming out of pit road in the 5. Prime time 5 Chevy. Corey Darr has hung up the boots, so has Greg Carr. Alexander Brown left the session. Folks, we're going to go ahead and go to a quick commercial break. Stick around, we're going to go side by side.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
And we're back. Ed Morris Sr. still leading this thing. Justin not able to make any headway. 12 seconds back on your leader. Michael Larch, the closest one in spitting distance of a car for position. Wesley Jeanette there in front of him. Everybody's came down pit road. No one has to do it again. As the name of the game right now is consistency. Gotta be able to turn these laps nice and easy. And hope you're enjoying your Thanksgiving break. Kids are home, you gotta find stuff to do. Want to get on your phone and step away for a second, watch some NASCAR racing here on Sim Racing Media. That is always an option. Got a couple races for you this week. Let's go ahead and see what we've got going on. As far as our schedule is concerned here, if you want to watch some racing tomorrow, we have Monster Energy NASCAR Racing League tomorrow. Their round of 8 playoff begins 9 p.m. Eastern, well as the SCL International. They're racing right now, but they're also going to race tomorrow in the Truck Series. Wednesday we have the day off, and Thursday we have a Thanksgiving special for you, 2 p.m. Eastern. The Swedish iRacing League, Next Gens, will be coming at you Friday, and we are done until Sunday. Xfinity ISNF your way. Right now, this is what we've got going on. Is everybody trying to stay clean, make it through? Catch our Clean Racing Truck Series. The season finale is at Charlotte. That's going on right now. 6 laps to go over in that one. Tony Trapasso calling that race for you. If you want to step away, it's on side by side. Check that out. As well as another race to the SC. Zach Woods and Frank Hazy. That action to you. Focusing here, 12 laps to go. And shout out to our sponsors. Of course, Extreme Scoring. The graphic designer for the series, all these cars, or some of these cars, painted by Transcendent Designs. Here on the Extreme Paint system. Agent Racing built the setups for these ARCA machines. They are looking very clean. Usually you'd see a lot more issues in these cars, but A, these drivers have fantastic amount of speed. But these setups also very good. Of course, our main sponsor, Elite Entertainment. The 10 laps to go here after Ed Morris is going to cross the line. He's led this thing since lap number 5 when he took it away from Justin after an issue that Justin had coming out of the final chicane. Since then, he has not given anything up. 11 seconds back to your second place of Justin. We have Wesley Jeanette, who's up 2 positions. He was able to make it to third. Michael Large, 4 seconds back from Wesley. Just waiting on a mistake there. Dean Gagliano. He is a lap car, but he's ahead of Michael Larch on the track right now. Brandon Bass is in that 27 machine. Bobby Doyen in 7th. Ed Morris Sr. in 8th. Jeremy Horn's in the pits with Corey Darr. Corey Darr's out there on the track. But Greg Carr in 11th. He's out putting some laps down. Machine. They're behind our leader, Ed Morris. folks. Laps are dwindling down. You don't have too much time. Want to go get your popcorn. You got about 10 minutes left in this thing. 9 laps left to go. Is Ed Morris doing the best he can just to stay consistent? He can make a lot of mistakes here. Usually, he's got to be thinking he's not pushing too hard, but man, these lap times just so consistent. Currently, his best time is a 122. His last 122.6. His last time was a 123.36. Just to show you how far back Justin Asak and the Sogak. Just the nature of the beast in road course racing here on iRacing. No cautions, so there's not really any opportunities to bunch up the fields. So if you're looking at this is iRacing, the series platform that these guys are using. Everybody's racing live. They're all at their homes in their cockpits now watching racing, getting these things done. And Morris currently making that Chevrolet get just as fast. It's still fast, which is amazing. He's still not hit the brakes. He's still running faster lap times than the 88 behind him. Not letting up. He wants to win this thing by more than 10 seconds. But if you're watching, you're thinking about wanting to get into iRacing, road course racing is all about consistency, and boy, have we seen it from Ed Morris. The consistency has paid off. After he got by the 88 machine, after his incident, he has just been off to the races. No issues. The lap cars have been getting out of his way. They're letting the league owner by, and they're letting everybody by. I've not seen any issues with any lap car. Especially if a lap car is not racing for position, they have no reason to try and come out and get in anybody's way. And they have been absolutely fantastic. Just very, very consistently polite. Good sportsmanship on these guys. If you're looking for a league to race in, the Elite ARCA Series races every Monday at 8 p.m. Broadcasted here on Sim Racing Media. Ed Morris puts another lap down on Bobby Doyen there, who's up 5 positions from where he started. So our hardest charger up tonight is that 67 Chevrolet. This is the broadcaster's curse. The camera was on him. That made him a little loose. That's what we're watching. Consistency paying off. Watch the number 2 for a little bit. Let's get some eyes on this machine. Number 2 trying to get by. A natural bite, number 2. Taking a look at some of the paint jobs around, I think that's a good idea. Let's go ahead and look at what some folks got going on here. Where's Ed Morris in the Extreme Motorsports number 7? Extreme Live Timing and Support. You can check that out at extremeracing.com. Dustin in that 88 Zalta. Got the lap car of Bobby Doyen in front of him. Bobby in the classic tribal up there, going to get out of the way. Wesley Jeanette, 74 Bullet. gorgeous machine. Michael Lark. In 5th place, that 18 Gundog Motorsports Chevrolet. Matt Black, love the way that looked. Got Brandon Bass behind him in the 27 classic looking Chevrolet. That red on white paint scheme. Throwing it into the bus stop. Trying to make some time up, catch Dean if he slips up. Behind him, Bobby Dillion. We already talked about him. Ed Morris Sr.'s there in the Primetime 5 machine. Primetime Motorsports, of course. '62-year-old from Bloomingdale, Georgia. '49 at Corey Darr. 5. Got the 24, who's a couple laps down on him behind. Car in the Waffle House. 24 machine. An issue at the beginning of the race. And Jeremy Horn in particular. Walker Jr. machine. And what you're seeing here is just how hard it is to control these cars. They are a handful. That's why it's so amazing that Ed Morris has been able to keep this thing going. Barely losing a couple seconds from his best time right now. Just consistently hitting his marks here at the Roval. Fun fact, since we got 4 laps to go, the Roval is the first race that I watched in the new NASCAR era when they initiated it in 2018. I watched this thing on the computer in Afghanistan. Excited that NASCAR was making an effort to take more road courses, more unconventional racing than they're used to as far as the left turns are concerned. So to be able to see NASCAR making the change and some of the leagues following running this Roval was just absolutely fantastic. If you remember, it was a wild race 2018. You can go and probably find the replay somewhere. Ryan Blaney won that. It was the first race to use Charlotte Roval road course layout. $250 miles there at Charlotte. During the race, Jimmy Johnson was the fastest in practice. Brad Keselowski overall finally was the fastest. 8 lead changes among different drivers. 8 cautions. 1 red flag. They're fixing the course there. Your history lesson for the day is popsicle sticks are in the air for Ed Morris. Only 2 more laps left for him to take the win and make it at least 2 in a row. In the Extreme ARCA series. Last week, led 96 laps, USA International. This is going to be a very good points day for him, as I misread earlier. Justin is the points leader here in the ARCA series. He's got about 10 seconds back on Ed right now. As this will be 3 in a row if Ed Morris is able to keep this thing in on the win. As he won at Las Vegas, November 7th, November 14th, he won last week, USA International. Next week, we're headed to Concord Speedway. As I believe, finally, the white flag is in the air, and Ed Morris... Oh, Justin Anisok having some issue. Again, same place as earlier. Trying to push to get to Ed. See what happened. As just once again overcooks it there. Cuts it. Does the stop and go. As Ed Morris is going to take the final right in the circuit and then the hard left turn onto the oval portion here. There he goes. Ed Morris into the bus stop on the final lap here in your Elite Entertainment ARCA series. We're going short track racing next week. Possibility for a 4th in a row. There it is, Ed Morris coming to the checkered flag. Nobody near him. He is going to take the win here at the Charlotte Roval. Everybody else going to have an opportunity to finish here. Michael Larch, the last vehicle on the lead lap. Justin going to take that 2nd place position. The only battle undecided right now, Wesley Jeanette and Michael Larch, but there's a 7-second gap back to Larch from Jeanette. Just got to be absolutely clean coming into the bus stop. And he has himself a podium. Wesley having a good points day. He was in 6th, 60 points back from the leader. And there he goes. He's going to take that 3rd place finish as he exits the bus stop. Now Michael Larch, the last one that has to finish here. There you have it. Your official, your board is official here. Ed Morris doing the victory lap, trying to get back to that spot so he can burn it down for our fans here on the front stretch. For posterity's sake, gonna come through one last time. And there you have it, folks. The number 7, Ed Morris, going to burn it down for the fans. In the Elite ARCA series. He's parked it on the front stretch there. Let's go ahead and talk to him. Ed, it's James in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Hey, congratulations on the 3rd win in a row. Consistency kills.
Yes, sir, it does.
So tell me about your race. When were you going to think about backing it down there? As I just saw those lap times improving and never really deviating from the go fast mode.
I kind of just got in a rhythm, man. I just, I had my mind focused. I was hitting my marks. I wasn't really looking at the pace I was running. I got a pretty good gap between me and Justin. I seen he had some trouble and had a few issues or whatever, so there was a pretty good gap between us. So I mean, I didn't have any pressure and was just ticking off laps. I wasn't really that, until toward the end, those last few laps, I really cut my pace down just to make sure I didn't make any mistakes, because at that point, it was my race to lose, and if I wrecked myself, that'd be terrible. But
Absolutely. Well, I know about lap 20, you had the crew chief in your ear telling you that the second place car had come down pit road, where you didn't even blink. You decided to come down pit road and undercut that short pit. Was that a strategy for you, or is that everything worked out to plan?
No, that's exactly what I was planning to do. I was, we hit the pit window way earlier than that. Ideally, I was looking at about halfway around there, but Justin was fast. He was running the same pace, if not a little bit faster than me in some parts of the track. And if he was close, and he was there up until that pit stop, it was I didn't, fresh tires, he would have been able to gain, and so I knew as soon as he pit, I was coming the next lap, so to keep him from picking up more time on the track than I could.
Absolutely. Well, this is definitely gonna come out and help you on the points as you're trying to get to that leaderboard. 37 points back at the start of this thing. How important was it for you to come in here and get a win and all those bonus points?
It helps, man. I missed a couple races earlier in the season, and provisionals only helped so much. And then with this just being a short 10-race season, and there's no playoffs and no resets or nothing like that, it's just straight points all the way to the end. I got to try to get every bonus point and every point I can. I was hoping for the clean incident bonus tonight, and I got a couple off tracks there, and ended up with a 3x, which it is what it is. That's 2 points, but try to capitalize everywhere else we can.
Absolutely. Well, again, man, fantastic job on the dub here tonight. The consistency. Do you want to shout out who gets it done for you?
I just want a big shout out to the league, Extreme Motorsports Racing, all the guys that's here that makes this place work. Sim Racing Media, you guys all in the booth, man, putting on a great broadcast. Elite Entertainment for footing the bill for a lot of things in this series, getting us to where we can run and perform the way we do. I appreciate all those guys over at Elite Entertainment. Agent Inc. Racing for putting the setups on these cars. Anybody looking for a good setup to go out there and race, man, Agent Inc. Racing is the place to go, man. Go over and see those guys. And then everyone else that plays a role, and all the fans, all the drivers here at Extreme. Appreciate everyone for being here.
Absolutely. Well, again, congratulations, and we'll see you at Concord Speedway next week.
Thanks, man.
All right, and then next, of course, we have Justin, the second place finisher. Justin, pronounce your last name for me, brother.
Anasagak.
Anasagak. All right, I will remember that for next race. So the 88 was on fire today. Just that last chicane getting to you. Tell us what was going on.
I don't know. Like, I hit it same spot, breaking point every single time, and the one time I'm in the lead, of course, it doesn't slow down or turn at all. And then every time I'd make up ground, something would happen. And then in the back chicane, it actually lifted up my whole rear end off the ground for some reason, which made me spin out. So I just hate that track, honestly. It's my worst road course of all time. I dread it every time I go there, but I'll take a P2 out of all the errors I did today.
Absolutely. I mean, and good points day for you. Had some laps led. Always the bridesmaid, though, it seems. Are we looking for Concord to change that, or are we just happy with our consistency?
Well, we got the consistency there, but we just keep coming up one spot short every week. It's always something, from a lap car or a strategy on the other guy that he does a better strategy or just an error on my side. But I'll take a P2.
Absolutely. And we know got 6 races counted, 6 top 10s, 5 top 5s, at least a couple P2s. It's bound to happen. Who gets it done for you on the 88 and who helps you get there?
Uh, Brandon Bass and Jeremy Horn, they set up a practice last night and we practiced a little bit today, but we just came up a little bit short. Congrats on Ed on the win again. I think that's 3 in a row now.
Correct. Well, again, man, congratulations on that second place finish. Hopefully we can see you at Concord. Are you looking forward to the .5?
Uh, Honestly, I've never been there, so I'll probably put in some more practice sometime this week.
Absolutely. Well, Justin, again, man, congratulations on second. Congratulations on having another fantastic points day for you.
Thank you.
Right, that was Justin. Now we're going to talk to our third place finisher, Wesley Jeanette. Wesley, congratulations on the third place finish.
Hey, can you hear me?
I absolutely can.
Yeah, hey, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
A good points day for you coming out, finishing third, your first top 5 of the season. How's it feel happening at the Roval?
It feels pretty good. I feel like I had a couple slip away earlier in the season, so I was just trying to ride there and keep it clean to the end. I didn't have anything for those front 2 guys, but I was just trying to keep it clean and stay in front of Michael.
Absolutely.
But it feels good.
Closest battle on the track with the number 2 there. Were you worried at all? Did you have him in your head, or were you just out there putting down laps?
I was just out there putting down laps. I mean, I was keeping an eye on where he was. I mean, he didn't make any mistakes, so I knew if I made a mistake, he would get me or be there at least. So, but yeah, I was just focusing on what was in front of me.
There you go, and it worked out for you on the podium. Tell us who gets it done on the 74 machine. Who helped you get the podium?
What was that?
Who,
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
No, you're good. Who you want to shout out? Who helps you get to the podium there in the 74 Chevrolet?
My teammates Clay and Jaden, they couldn't be here tonight, but they helped me out, do a lot of work, and Shane Wolf, my paint guy, and my kids, and my girlfriend for letting me come in here and be by myself for a little bit and get the race. So
absolutely
priceless. And the admins and you guys and all the people in the league that make this possible for us to come on here and race. Thank you guys too.
Of course. Well, again, man, congratulations on the podium. Hopefully we can follow it into Concord. Good luck moving forward, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, that's going to do it for us here in the booth. We'll go ahead and go over the results of the race here. Of course, Ed Morris finishing in that top position. Justin Anisagoyak there in second. Wesley Jeanette in third. Michael Lurch in fourth. Gene Gagliano in fifth. Brandon Bass sixth. Bobby Doyen in seventh. Ed Morris Sr. there in eighth. Corey Darr in ninth. Jeremy Horde in 10th. Greg Carr 11th. And Alexander Brown rounding out the field there with the starting park. So, ladies and gentlemen, from Elite Entertainment, we appreciate everybody who showed up here today. If you showed up watching the replay or live, appreciate you especially. We will be back next week at Concord Motor Speedway. You can catch us then. Until then, next week.